Yeah, the time again. In today's video, we are going to be doing a little bit of a Sega time, but we're going to be doing racing with the race controller on the Sega Dreamcast. Is this still a fun experience? Is this something you should avoid? Let's find out. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in, because in this video we are going to be doing a chit chat about this Dreamcast racing wheel I've picked up some time ago, complete in box. I love racing wheels and even have a dedicated racing wheel channel. However, we're going to be doing a chit chat and quick unboxing if this thing is really worth buying. Is it going to be like a fun novelty or collectible, or is this thing any fun? This is not like the high-end racing wheels we've reviewed before here on the channel, but it is going full retro mode when it comes to that. Oh man, this has nothing to do with the racing wheel. I just realized I got myself a playable, let's say, demo on this, like Dream On Volume 1 Monaco GP Racing Simulation. That would be one that can maybe tried out with the racing wheel. But I do have some other great games. I have a couple of them I've been specially saving up for this video. So Sega Rally Championship is a game I completely skipped, but it's a lot of fun. Now having the F355 challenge. I do wonder if there's like a Ferrari wheel for the Sega Dreamcast that is actually compatible with this. I have no idea. Let me know in the comments if you know. The MSR, and then having over here Tokyo Highway Challenge. A couple of very cool racing games. So let's hook everything up and let's grab this thing out of the box. But let's do a quick tour of the racing wheel itself. This thing is full plastic fantastic when it comes to, let's say, the build quality. It's not like the fancy stuff that we've seen with Logitech, of course. So there is nothing, let's say, exciting going on when it comes to the overall quality. However, when you're going to be feeling the racing wheel, on the inside we're having this spring configuration, meaning that there is a lot of tension when you're going to be trying to turn. And yeah, when it comes to rotation, this is some really old school stuff. Yeah, because this is not like a massive 900 degrees rotation when it comes to that. So it does utilize the memory card over here, or the VMU. So what we have over here, so what we can actually do, remove this from the controller. I always try to do this with one hand, and we can just slide it in over there. And this way we can actually see what kind of game, and of course it's going on, and the display will light up and we can save our games. So one of the cooler features that we actually having some flippers, or some kind of flippers. It's more like a trigger configuration. There is no pedal, as you can see over here, so highly possible we're going to be needing to accelerate with these things at the back. And at the front we're having just the normal, let's say the AB over here, the X and the Y, and in the middle we're having the start. So we don't need actually a normal controller, what I understand of, but let's boot it up and let's plug it in and let's have some fun with the Dreamcast. Man, I find it such a cool case with the disc spinning in here. Still need to add the logo, completely forgot about that, but doesn't matter. Everything has been connected. We're going to be starting off with some Sega Rally over here. There's going to be some old school retro fun, or it's going to be absolutely nightmare. Let's find out. So when it comes to navigation, everything seems to be working just fine into the menu itself. Man, I love the music of this game. So cool. So what car do we have? Okay, we're having already Peugeot 306. Do we have a Subaru or something like that? Yeah, there is my old friend, Subaru Impreza WRC. Absolutely one of those amazing things. So we're not just going to be using the old school automatic. Okay. What the heck? Retro gaming for the win! Woohoo! Let's try that again. What's kind of weird is that my controller was completely disconnected, so that was not a good thing. So let's get everything started up. So this is way better for showcasing for the camera. Okay, how do I need to accelerate? Yep, the back buttons or the... We don't have pedals, so we're going to be doing it like that. So the unfortunate part is that we do have a massive delay in this. Let's see, it's not like super bad, but it's absolutely noticeable. Here, there we go. I know there's a steering wheel out there that has absolutely that option, or actually like that has been fixed when it comes to the dead zone situation. I must say that like super bad that you actually needing to use the pedals on the wheel. That is something I personally never really experienced, because I was always playing with those Madcans racing wheels. Wow, this is very accurate when it comes to the pedals. Playing a rally game with a freaking dead zone is of course one of the bigger nightmares. But it is still playable when it comes to that actually. Tokyo High Wheat Challenge. I'm also really curious what's going on. We have this SP battle. So also with this game we don't need any extra controllers. Let's do a demo car. But you're going to be using the wheel. You can see this is actually the dead zone. And then actually going to be switching. So, but the overall design where this thing is made out of full plastic. The wheel does have a little bit of wiggle, but not that much. So the overall quality is quite nice when it comes to that. So I never experienced it back in the day, but this is such a fun overall racing experience. But let's get into the next game. Let's see this, because the racing with a wheel and rally is next level. I actually started, in my opinion, with the most difficult wheel, or actually game to play with a wheel. Same story, only going to be needing the triggers at the wheel. Yeah, this is relaxing. But when it comes to playing, see, this is the dead zone. Yep. Okay. Oh, there we go. Woohoo! I love these, let's say, Sega Dreamcast racing games when it comes to that. They're a lot of fun. They're so different than my typical Ridge Racer, for example. But I also love, man, I really like those PlayStation 1 games. But of course, getting through a couple of the games, there's of the question, is this something you really should pick up? Is it more like a fun collectible to have as in, like, say, complete in box, or is it just any fun to actually play on the retro evening? So this Metropolis Street Racer is a game I completely miss out on, or I can not really remember it. I did own a Dreamcast many years ago, and I can tell you, it was a lot of fun. But I mostly played games like Power Stone and some other really great titles. Oh man, seriously, like, let me know in the comments what do you think of these, let's say, freaking annoying like stuff. Like, I don't want to put in all of my freaking like details. I just want to play freaking games. Come on. The unknown name driver. Oh, that's freaking hilarious when it comes to that. After a gazillion freaking menus, I can finally start the game. That's what I love about Sega Rally, you know, like boom, bum. And just play the game, you know, just instantly get into some action. I love that. So it's kind of interesting because this is actually more of a combination. Oh, okay. More like a combination of Gran Turismo and street racing. Oh man, I do love the music. But there is a dead zone, this is still playable. I really like this game. Oh yeah, come on, woo! Okay, so what I actually wanted to do with this is just muting this freaking music. I don't know if it's copyrighted, otherwise YouTube goes crazy with it. But, so where this is not like the superb racing wheel, or where all the stuff I've that's actually reviewed on the channel of retro systems. Think about PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn. This is such a fun experience, you know, it's really enjoyable. And yeah, the Metropolis Street Racer, I dig this game. Yeah, I think this is going to be maybe in my top 5 of racing games for playing on the Sega Dreamcast. Getting the hang of it, man. Getting the hang of it. But let's get into some Ferrari racing with the F355 Challenge. Oh, I really love the visuals, the effects actually when it comes to that. But well, I do notice that where the dead zone is there with every single game, it also really depends what kind of game you're playing. Where I find Sega Rally quite difficult to play because it's a rally game. But when it comes to this particular racing game, I think it's not a big deal. You know, you can actually see that it's going to be working quite nice. And we can actually see the hands. See, it's really minor when it comes to that, and you know, that's not a problem. Okay. Can I change my view? No. There is no way of changing my view, right? Okay, but besides that, yeah, this is absolutely cool. But this is a very cool game, actually a fun game to play. I think at this point, Metropolis Street Racer is still one of my favorite ones. Yeah, and again, let me know in the comments what kind of games do you love to play on the Dreamcast, particularly when it comes to racing. So let's move on to the 18-wheeler, another fun game to just play.
You're new, aren't you? If you got any problems, just call out. I'll give you a hand. Your destination for this job is Key West. Make sure you get there on time.
No loading. Yes, man.
Ready? Go! Good morning, New York.
Okay, that's how we switch. Oh. Can we switch to the different view? And this is just a relaxing game in my opinion, so the same when it comes actually to playing the game within that zone. It's not a big of a deal when it comes to that. What a crazy game this is. Depending what kind of game we're going to be playing, I think the overall experience is quite cool. However, where this thing does have a massive dead zone, there is a fix out there that we're going to be also reviewing here on the channel, so consider subscribing and hit that little bell. And let me know in the comments what is your favorite game. Thank you all for watching, and it would be great to see you in the next video.